Hey, this is Dave Erickson with EnduranceHour.com. If you'd like to get a free run form analysis like this one, click on the link below to sign up. When you do, you'll get an email to confirm and directions will automatically download.
Hey Tim, thanks for sending me your run video for analysis. I know the treadmill running varies from the outdoor running based on the terrain, and therefore your foot strike and stride will vary somewhat running outside, but the treadmill is just a lot easier to view you running in place and not into or away from the camera. So I did see a lot of information. The views that you showed me, the side view and the behind view were actually great. So what I'm looking at first is I'm counting your cadence for 30 seconds, and then I'm doubling it to get the number of foot strikes you take a minute. The first 15 seconds look like your natural, easier pace, and you were taking about 85 1-foot strikes a minute. And then you speeded up the treadmill. It looked like you were doing a 20-second stride, and your foot strikes were, 93 to 95 1-foot strikes a minute if you were to keep that up for a minute. So I think you're doing actually pretty good with that. I would like to see a higher cadence, even running at a slower pace. You shouldn't always have to pick up the pace to increase your cadence. You should be within maybe 2 to 3 foot strikes, whether you're running, for example, a 10-minute mile pace or a 6-minute mile pace. Your cadence should be within 2 or 3, generally speaking. So to have, about a 10-foot strike difference is kind of a lot. And the reason being is once you start slowing your foot strikes down at a slower pace, you start to practice poorer form because your stride rate decreases, and then you kind of get comfortable running at that stride rate because that seems to be more your natural rate at your natural pace. So the first thing I'd say is definitely be more mindful of increasing your stride rate at any pace. So after I counted your steps, I kind of got a feel for that. Still looking at the side view, I'm looking at your foot strike, and you appear to be landing mid-foot, flat foot, which is good. Hard to tell exactly. I had to stop and pause the video a few times if you're landing underneath your body or if you're landing in front of your body. But you want to think about having your shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles in alignment at foot strike. And that actually looked pretty good. I would just want to add that make sure you're leaning forward from the heels. It's a little bit more difficult to lean forward on the treadmill, but make sure you maintain a forward lean. And that not only will help you strike underneath your center of mass, but it'll also help your heel lift. So now I'm looking at the view from behind. You barely lift your heels up, especially at that slower pace. You did lift your heels up more when you sped up the treadmill. Again, you want to the heel lift is good, and you want to try to maintain that even running at a slower pace. So maybe you are outside and it was just the nature of the treadmill. I just wanted to point that out to you. So continuing to look from behind, I'm looking at your foot strike from behind. You don't appear to have any pronation or much supination, so that's good. And you did definitely slow your foot strikes down to about 81 foot strikes a minute at the slower pace, and you were able to pick that up during that 20-second stride. So I'm looking at posture as well. The most efficient posture is relaxed with a slight forward lean. Your chest should be out and your shoulders back. You don't want to lean backwards because that'll cause you to overstride and land on your heel and put a little bit more stress in the hips. So it also appears that you're pushing more your arms out front rather than pulling behind with your elbow. So next time you run, think about your arm swing. Think about pulling back from your elbow instead of pushing out from the front. And really, I should have mentioned that when I was looking at the side view, I could really see your arms. You had a lot of arm movement in the front of your body. And the main purpose of the arm movement, arm swing, is to provide balance and coordination with your legs. Just like in swimming, you have a kick that's going to provide a little balance and coordination with your arm movements in the pool. So just think about relaxed arms, relaxed shoulders, down your back. Pilates is good. That teaches you how to bring your shoulders back. And your wrist and hand should just be loose. You have a 90-degree angle of your shoulder, elbow, and wrist, so that's fine. So the main thing I want to recommend to you is I'm going to send you some videos to review more on cadence, forward lean, and foot strike, as well as this video, and start implementing it into your training. So hopefully this helps, and I look forward to seeing some improvement. Make it a great day.